Hey everybody, welcome back. Continuing coverage of Jaraci Cup 12, we're moving on to upper bracket semifinals A. And I'm sorry to say, I don't mean to spoil things, but A-Game is gonna meet his demise here for sure. I'm predicting a quick 3-0 for Cookies. A-Game is just such a washed-up player. He doesn't really have the skills to compete with someone like Cookies anymore. Little hop off the base runner, by the way. Anyway, it's serious talk now. Let's open up the info.txt. Cookies has the pick first, of course, grabs Soban, and A-Game has Galzian, bans Canyon, and Cookies bans Torin, and then picks GT Alt for the first map. We'll see if he has anything spicy prepared here. This is kind of an interesting map to play. So it's kind of a good map to have like some kind of a set strategy planned. And then A-Game is going to grab Firebase and Boneyard, so two really good staple maps for the game 2 and 3. Cookies grabs the Shallows for game 4, and then the final game would be Kartoba. Tight end passage is still not getting any love, but that's not surprising. And A-Game, by the way, has Skimmerfab started already. He hasn't gone ref mode yet, so he's definitely not going to do it now. He's going to go out there and look for some damage. I think it makes sense. You know, it is Galzian territory. It's very short rush distance, and long distance fighting is so effective that it's kind of a little bit less valuable to get ref mode than it normally would be. So I think that it makes a lot of sense to attack on this map if you want to. Seems that he does. And for Cookies, it looks like he has, is this one guy on our use? Ah, very nice, very nice. So he's going for, like, the LAV spam strategy. Check the resources tab here, look how close he is to production, not very far away. He'll be getting that any moment now, you reckon? Oh, but he has to drop a TJ, so that's going to slow him down a little bit. And looks like it's going to be fast assault chips here for A-Game. Yeah, what does that star mean, actually? I don't even know. I've gotta hover over it. 1 month subscriber. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. And he has a sword by his name, but he doesn't have a crown. You know, I mean, crowns are just better than all this crap. Railgun Fab coming out for Cookies. Actually, I kind of like it, because this could be a rail rush. It's going to turn out to be assault chips, but I think he could still use this. The only problem with this is that it'll slow down his production upgrade, but he's got the money for it now if he wants it. Still not going to tech that. And that's okay. You don't necessarily need that when you're defending. I think actually Discara might sometimes recommend not getting it, but in this case he does have it queued up. This is a window for the targeting jammer though. That would have been big. Okay, there's the targeting jammer deployed. That's not exactly the best position. The salvager will still fall, which is a little rough for Cookies. This is a tough spot that A-Game has kind of lodged himself into, and there's the assault chip, so... Oh, no, you can't dive this. Oh, dear. I'm not sure if I believe. Uh-oh. That's going to be really bad, because if the LAVs fall, I mean, Cookies isn't just going to die straight up, but that really takes a lot of pressure out of... Well, it's not like Cookies had the pressure. It gives A-Game more pressure. Kind of an awkward focus fire moment there. I think he could have just ripped off all of those LAVs too, but... Yeah, but that's the thing. He really did have a window to use it there, but didn't quite find the execution. Railgun Fab is done, though, so he could build one of those if he feels he needs it. He might just. He's rotating the carrier here. I love this move because you don't want the railguns to pop out in danger. But with that targeting jammer going, or sorry, ALM going down, he might actually be pop blocked now as well, which is kind of rough. And A-Game is just kind of going back home. He's got ref mode started, so Cookies is really on the clock here. This is a very, very good start for A-Game. Okay, there we go. There's the railgun. I mean, it's clear these LAVs won't finish it out on their own, so he needs that railgun to come out before he can really do anything. But now A-Game just kind of slinks behind the hill here, and you're gonna have to go around him in order to get him out of there. These LAVs can't just jump over. Maybe with a TJ, though. I mean, possibly that's an option, but it seems a little risky. So yeah, he's got to kind of go the long way around. Again, all this time, A-Game is prepping that second base, so he's even got another PC on the way. So Cookies has got to do this fast, but he has to be careful. Does get one assault chip at the cost of 2 LAVs. That's not so bad, but this looks a little dangerous here. Needs to bring that base runner for the targeting jammer. Uh-oh. Oh, this railgun really shouldn't go down. Okay, he does manage to keep that one alive. Starting to float a bit too. It's probably just the nerves. I think he does have the pop cap to drop down another support cruiser, but he needs to, you know, he needs to get this targeting jammer deployed here. Oh, and the railgun's gonna fall there. Uh-oh. That's really not good. And A-Game, by the way, that's 2 base. He's going up to 3 now. He's got the PC already done. Interceptor Fab is on the Q2. And Cookies is just stuck on 1. Yeah, this is... I echo Discard's sentiment. This is not good. You hate to see it. It's gonna take so long to clean this up, you know, and then at that point, like, A-Game could have bombers already. That's not good. I think that's an SC, yeah. So that's good. I think that that actually really helps a lot to be able to heal up these LAVs. But it doesn't really solve the problem yet. He does unlock the carrier though, so we can try and push it out, but... yeah, I don't know. This is dangerous. Oh look, it's Phoenix here. Nice. Interceptor Fab, not very far away now for A-Game. He's getting Sandskimmer rating too. It's always a good tech to have. And yeah, sure enough, it's gonna be precision bombers here. Yeah, I agree. I mean, with that TJ landing in a nice position, I feel like you can really get a lot done in this hold. But now it looks really dire. I mean, you know, Cookies doesn't even know about the tech lead, but that kind of makes it worse, right? Because it's air, and you know how that goes. Shouldn't have to explain that one. A-Game has not built anything yet. I wonder if he's like waiting for the bomber upgrades before he even starts them. There's a lot of skims, by the way. And, you know, it happens when you just have more money, you can build a bigger army. So this is... you know, this isn't gonna get better until it gets worse. Uh-oh. Okay, it's a good TJ right there. Yeah, he is managing to trade back a little bit. Still no upgrades, of course, for Cookies, and A-Game is actually teching damage 1 now. He's not even going armor. He's going all in. And bomber tech is done here. A-Game hasn't started teching like the ammo or anything though. I imagine he's gonna... oh, he's fleet capped actually. Uh-oh. He's got a ton of RUs, by the way. Oh, you can't tech this while you're fleet capped. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, there we go. He does see that as well. But still, he's got a big lead on these LAVs here. They did just finish armor 1, but they get outnumbered a lot. That doesn't mean that they can't win, but it's going to be very, very difficult. He doesn't have the assault pack either, though, and A-Game does have rating. But yeah, ammo capacity, gonna get started here before he queues the bombers, and that tells me A-Game is going for one of these devastating 5-bomber plays, which is always pretty fun. It's good to make a statement in game 1 of a finals, you know. And yeah, the whole army for Cookies is gonna commit to chasing this assault ship, so you see immediately A-Game starts driving toward the main. He might not get there, but he'll get, you know, up here, and now there's a lot less distance to kite, so that's not good. Not good for Cookies, that is. This is exactly how A-Game wants to play it. Gonna kill this ALM pretty quick here. Now, targeting jammer's available, and these guys are all bunched up. There it is. Yeah, but not really capitalized on terribly quickly. And yeah, A-Game has definitely got the numbers advantage here in a big, big way. Uh-oh, no, you've got to be kiting here. Maybe with targeting, with depth packs you can turn this, though. Oh, dear. LAV count is dwindling. Yeah, all the LAVs have been killed now. And ALMs are gonna do a bit of work here, but you know, this is gonna be devastating damage. AV Fab finishes for Cookies, but he's kind of just holding on for nothing at this point. Eventually, we're gonna just kill him with bombers. So. Oh, the depth packs! I love it. Yeah, that's a lot of damage, though. Not even Flex Tape can fix that. Well, maybe it can. Flex Tape is pretty powerful, but you'd need a lot of tape. That's all I'm saying. Bombers come in. They're not interested in trying to like kill the carrier or anything. Just gonna go for the infrastructure here. That's an SC dead. And yeah, Cookies is like, that's not good. So he's gonna choose to GG. I think it's pretty appropriate. This game is very much over. Yeah, it just really came down to execution during that hold, I think. Cookies really did not have a like bad situation there, but he needed to use that targeting jammer to get himself out of it. So, as I said, A-Game picking Firebase Krill. And I say this is always like a staple map. This one and Boneyard always come to mind because games just feel very normal on this map. And I think that's something that really favors players like A-Game and Discarva who know that they're up on the top. So Firebase and Boneyard being in the queue is really, really good for him. But he'll be hoping he doesn't get the bad spawn for Boneyard, of course. Either way, A-Game with a lot of momentum in the series. And let's see what Cookies is going to do to adapt here. He's retired the base runner already, so that's a change. And I think I kind of like it because he didn't really get much value out of that base runner, so, you know, feels good to change it up here. Oh, what? I hit the mute button, but it didn't. Oh, whatever. Whatever. I was trying to hide my coughing from the world. This takes a lot out of me to cast. Yeah, exactly. You want to get your opponent overconfident, right? And then he'll bet the big money, and then you show your true power and you beat him, right? That's how it works. Oh, it's 2PC. Oh, fun. Yeah, we haven't seen a 2PC build in a long time, I don't think, in the tournament. And this, of course, was very, very common in vanilla. It's kind of fallen out of favor in Jaraci patch, but as you know, as costs and stuff change, it's always potentially opening up again. So I'd be really interested to see this build and how well it does. It's something that people don't do very often. Probe does get denied by the PC up forward here, and that's actually pretty bad because it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a rush. And he can't see the second one, so... A-Game is saying his build is terrible, though, but, you know, we'll see. Fleet Cap 45 comes out. And he do be pumping out the skims. We'll see what his tech choice is going to be. He's got the RUs to go rails if he wants it. And I really like railguns, but they are expensive to produce off of 2-base. I mean, any tech is going to be. The point of this is really to just get the strikecraft superiority. But in that case, you know, if your opponent counters with, like, AVs, you'd want railguns, right? I feel like it's kind of the natural tech when you're doing this kind of push. A lot of money spent on salvagers, though. I think that actually really does slow this down. Yeah, I was about to say that same thing. Because if you take one of these guys over here, then you don't have to build as many, and that can actually speed up your tech rather than slow it down. And Cookies, I think, is starting to realize that something is up here. I think what he needs is production upgrade. But yeah, he's going to go into AVs, so is it rails? Well, he doesn't have the money yet. But like I said, you know, AV seems like really a natural response to this, and so, you know, naturally you go for railguns to counter it. But the other option is to go for the carry production upgrade, and that's what we typically see, actually, when people get rail rushed, so... But this rush isn't decided yet. He can still go either way. That's a lot of RUs, though. Excuse me. This first trade is kind of good for Cookies, actually. I think they've gone 2 for 2 right now. And Cookies has a numbers disadvantage, so taking an even trade like that is probably pretty good. AV Tech is almost done. That's what he's holding out for. But I still think carry production is good here, because even though you're still on one base, I think you can produce AVs, but... even if you can't, you can get some LEVs in the mix, and that'll actually make a big difference. And A-Game's got the money to make the decision point now, but he goes for ref mode. So that's actually an interesting pivot. God ALM. Kind of looks like God aim. Of course, you don't have to aim for your units in DOK. That's always nice. And yeah, A-Game is gonna kind of pop to 3 base. We used to see this a lot in the vanilla days, right? It's one of the strengths of 2PC is that you can very, very quickly transition to economy, but it's harder to do in patch because the salvagers are more expensive. In fact, I think he just cancelled there, if I'm not mistaken, to get railgun tech. He did see the AV, so he might be worrying about the transition. Yeah. Well, I agree. Definitely he could have, like, pushed a little bit too. But I mean, I think production upgrade is a natural response because of that. By the way, missile battery fab being floated there, but that's not really the right call. He doesn't have any scouting to say he should get that. But he does cancel it, so I like the intuition there. So that could be very helpful against railgun fab. Yeah, you can see how much Descara would have been mad about that. It's not good to get blind anti-air tech, and you can scout here when you've got the AAVs to hold the field. That guy was going on a merry adventure there. Needs to be careful with these LEVs though. He knows his opponent has 2 PC, so it's dangerous to push out like this. I think he just wants to see the timing, but yeah, A-Game has a lot of skims here and he's gonna back away. But A-Game as well, he's not gonna chase into Fog of War because who knows what's out there. Here come the AVs on the backstab though. Scanner is gonna see them, and I would imagine these ARs go back home. He's getting railgun armor as well. But notice he's actually leaving one of them here, because I guess he's still... Oh, well, I take it back. I was gonna say he's maybe still worried about AAVs on this flank, but that is still a possibility. So, you know, A-Game doesn't have the omnipotent vision that we do. Yeah, unless you face God 8 Dweebs, in that case you should just go anti-air. Anti-air is like a core unit against God 8 Dweebs. Cookies, by the way, the big float here. Really wants to spend that money in something. Would be good to spend it to get up to 3 base, that's what I would do. Gonna tech some armor instead, it looks like. That's always good. Well, the scanner saw 2, and then this one I think saw the other one. It's kind of unlikely he'll have more than 3, but it could have been, so... Excuse me. Another AV gets picked off here. And assault railguns are great at this. They can really bully your opponent a bit. LEVs want to see about stopping the extraction, but it's not going to happen. And yeah, A-Game does manage to get that extract out for free. Cookies is getting up to his 3rd, but he's looking kind of slow this game. I don't know. He does have BC tech started though, and that's well, actually, it's like halfway done. That could really change things because assault railguns don't really like fighting BCs for obvious reasons, but it's gonna take a long time, so he needs to be able to hold here while he waits. But this hill can be his friend. With the smoke to get up there, he can really use this to his advantage. Let's be careful though. Man, that's 2 smoke cooldowns used just to retreat. That feels a little bit dangerous. You think so? I mean, I feel like it's difficult, right? Definitely, like, heavy railguns would do better. I don't know. Maybe it can... Maybe it's not quite as difficult as I think. We'll see, I guess. Hopefully. I mean, it's possible Cookies just won't even get to that point. Yeah, see, he's used all of his smokes, but now he can't really push up here. But still, he's going to force the dart maneuver out. Maybe he can get up on this hill and then stop his opponent from, you know, pushing on him for a moment. He just needs to buy time and get BCs out, right? Yeah, but this float is just too big. It needs to really get lining over here as well. I see. Yeah, these AVs don't have any smoke, so... Again, he's got to be very careful here. And A-Game is looking to extract, but yeah, he hasn't actually locked in like a late game tech here, like honor guards or siege or anything like that, but he is getting some carrier power upgrades, so we'll keep our eye on that, see how far up he gets. Oh, it just occurred to me, the nuke is at level 4 for Coalition because they have mobility, but Galzian doesn't. Ah, I'm so smart. My mom tells me I'm very special. Anyway. But yeah, with oh, okay, there we go. He's gonna lock in the late game tech. I was just about to say he's probably thinking about it. Now, do we have a BC building here? I think so, right? Because the AV light is on. I'm not sure. It isn't really obvious. This is a bit dangerous for A-Game, though. He's gonna lose a lot of skims here, but manages to trade decently well. This third base is very vulnerable, though, and this AR hit squad is like ridiculously big right now. This is bad times. Bozo math intensifies. Yeah, but A-Game is gonna feel like he ought to yield the position. This guy, this is just, you know, this is just natural selection at work. I mean, it's meant to happen. What? Is he gonna live? Okay, no, certainly not, certainly not. But yeah, I'm wondering where those BCs are. There we go. Okay, he does have the first one out. Seems like that's what happens this whole casting session. Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, that hurt. Okay, he needs to watch out though, because these ARs will just melt him. But yeah. Oh, but the BC is going to the other side, and I get it. He needs to stop these extractions. But like, you could send the LAVs over there. He really needs to hold on. Excuse me. He really needs to hold on to his economy. And we do have an honor guard building as well. Honor guards don't actually go terribly well into BCs, but definitely not terrible. I'd say it's like neither one counters the other one. Maybe the BCs have a slight edge. LAVs are going to be here in time to stop this, but the BC is not here, so there's no stopping this carrier. And this is kind of a bold move. I mean, he definitely is sort of sticking himself out there, but looks like he's going to get away with it here. There's nothing really to punish. Oh, but there's a BC here now. Okay, that's good. And Cookies does have power 1, but he really does want to power up his carrier more. Does manage to stop the extracts here, but he ought to boost out now. He doesn't want to take that fight. We gotta hear the long-range BC sound. Oh, it's so good. Oh, chunky. But yeah, A-Game's not gonna die here, right? But he is gonna have to be forced out there. Man, that is a lot of... How many is that? Yeah, he's got more assault railguns than sand skimmers. He's got 11 of them. But you see, he does start building heavy rails here because he sees, yeah, it's time to deal with the BCs. And he's getting the EMP too. That's gonna be pretty good. BCs can smoke and then keep themselves alive and heal up, and if you can trap them there with the EMP, like right after they come out of the smoke, that can be pretty good. Or just stop their advance with it. Either way, it's a very impactful ability here. Plus, you know, think about what it does to facilitate the assault railguns. BC number is starting to get pretty big here for Cookies, though, so he's finally kind of stabilizing into his late game. But, you know, A-Game got a lot for it. I mean, he's got a bigger army. Oh, no, you can't win this fight. Oh, there's no way you can win this fight. Oh, dear. This is quite a throw. And I was gonna say, A-Game's got, you know, 3 extracts already. Like, that's closing in on being a win condition, but, you know, this is extra bad now. You can see, by the way, he's picked up an artifact there, too. Ah, jeez. Yeah, you can't, you know, you can't lose units like that in a situation like this. I mean, before that, I bet the units lost tab was pretty much dead even, but A-Game was still ahead because of the mining time delays, but... Oh, dear. He's gonna bring the BC over, though, but again, like A-Game was saying, assault railguns can technically fight BCs, but this number of them, like, oh my gosh. Yeah, they can fight BCs, right? So, yeah, he's really got to watch out for this. Has the base runner here for the heal, too, by the way, so you really don't want to end up point blank. You actually want to use the range here, because assault railguns are close range units. Uh-oh. And this could be a dead BC we're looking at. He does have the smoke, though. But watch the EMPs. And there's the smoke being used. Oh gosh. Skims are attacking in as well. These 2 BCs are feeling a little bit useless on that side. Both BCs are smoked now, but that's just kind of gonna unsync them here. Yeah, and these are high ground rails, and there's 10 of them. You know, it's a lot of damage. Gonna need a lot of flex tape for this one. Oh, the EMP to just seal the deal. Oh, that's evil. He didn't even get a shot off there. Ouch. Now if you check the units lost tab, it's gonna look pretty bad. That was some really efficient trading there. And, you know, the BC number really matters. He needs to keep these up, so that's... Honestly, it feels pretty crippling. Like, I don't know what he's gonna do here, but he's sticking in it. He wants to try. I admire the perseverance, I really do. He needs to be careful with these LEVs, though. This is just feeding more of them in. Looks like the two BCs here are gonna go on sort of a miracle flank. The carrier can always outrun them, but they have threats to the economy. But, you know, so does A-Game, right? I mean, he's got to deal with this, surely. Whiffed the EMP there, but that's alright. Actually, you know, I mean, I'm gonna say, though, you ought to save that for, like, a really important moment, I think, rather than just trying to get a fadeaway shot. Because it actually has quite a long cooldown. Which I can't see for some reason. Anyway, support cruiser did fall on the main base here. There's no BC building, so... I mean, cookies might just die here. Oh, wait a minute. I'm so smart, you know. I was gonna say, the last thing he can try to do is just rush down the carrier before his dies, but he can't even do that. So, A-Game's gonna take it by extraction. And we'll move on to game 3. But yeah, Phoenix, I agree. Like, he needed the BCs together, though. But see, that's, I think the counterplay to them is that they're definitely... how do I say? They're definitely, like... too slow to rotate to match the ARs. So it's difficult to fight the BCs with the ARs directly, although as you saw, A-Game managed to pull it off, but you know, it's very easy to outposition them. So let's jump into game 3. Oh, whoops, I didn't load the replay yet. Yeah, I mean, that was an insane number of assault railguns. I mean, they had a high ground too. It was just like, so. Well, yeah, Siege is really good against rails. It really is. AC is kind of more vulnerable to the assault rails, but they're faster, and so, you know, I like that better against assault railgun spam probably. But BCs will work. Don't get me wrong. That's a good tech. Just yeah, I just gotta work on the execution, I guess. Here we are in the Boneyard. This is 2-0 for A-Game. Match point. And he gets the bad spawn. We don't like this spawn because the third base is very, very difficult to hold. But he's been doing really well so far. Definitely looks good to end out the series here. Note the 2 on RUs, by the way. That's kind of atypical, I think. But maybe he had them on CUs before and he's just doing ref mode here. And yeah, you can see he's actually dropping this scanner. When I'm playing Soban against Galzian, I actually really like to try and drop my initial targeting jammer on a place where I think that my opponent will drop his scanner. Because if you do, you actually deny the scouting information, which is kind of insane, but... we don't often see this build, and you don't often play Galzian versus Soban anyway. By the way, A-Game's ref mode timing is really not very good here, but... well, it isn't horrible, I guess. It's AV rush from Cookies, though. Nice, nice. So, A-Game's gonna be happy that he sent this base runner out here. Isn't it? I mean, you can definitely see the LAV here. I mean, I think that gives the whole game up already. Because if it was going to be SC first, there wouldn't be any LAVs. So... yeah, but at least you know it's not just eco. And keeping 2 guys on RUs, I don't really like that either. I think he ought to send one of them out to the second base, but he does have Skim Fab started. He knows that there's some kind of aggro coming, so he's not gonna just die to it, hopefully. Then again, he's making me nervous by what he's saying in the chat. Except for the map screwing their pathing and their bad turning. Well, I will say, like, on Firebase, there's definitely a lot of angles where it's like, if your BC is here, it's just gonna take him forever to get out to the other side, so... I mean, that's true, you know, that really is. Assault Cruisers don't really have that problem, which is a nice thing about them. Notice that A-Game is really being respectful here. He's still on 1 base. This is kind of an odd build from him. And AEVs are coming out across the field. There's actually a lot of salvagers for an AV rush, by the way. I think probably Cookies has too many, because he'll just not really be able to get as much damage down if he doesn't have the attack quickly. You can see A-Game is on 2 base, so it's pretty important to push him off of that really quickly. Uses the base runner heal there, you'll love to see it. Actually, that is not necessarily necessary. Did I just say that? Because it is a 2-on-1 here, but it's always nice to see. Except salvagers, yeah. Well, I mean, salvagers like the derp too, you know. That's certainly a thing that happens. And assault chip tech starting for A-Game here. But here come the AVs. No armor yet. Oh, wow, I take it back. He does have armor. That's like perfect timing, because, you know, you don't really want to get that armor upgrade until you get in the fight, but that was like literally perfect there, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, he takes out 2 of those skims. He did lose another LAV for this, but that's probably okay. He wants to push on the second base, actually, where that PC is, and he knows, because he saw that with the LAVs, so. And of course, you can always use your smoke, yeah, just like this, to block off the carrier's weapons. It's very, very difficult for your opponent to hide in the smoke that you throw, because they'll be trying to, you know, move their salvagers through the carrier while it's moving, so it's very hard to get anything done there. Oh, is that gonna kill it? Oh man, yeah, he actually got the fadeaway kill there. That's pretty good. I thought he was not gonna get the salvager there, but yes, it's true. I mean, if the AVs go to the second base where they're free, they can get a lot more damage done here. And this is probably the time to build a sport cruiser, so he does queue that up. Starts production upgrade too. I like that when you're like you're already building something, you don't really have any tech you want to get right now. Just grab the production upgrade because you know you're gonna need it later. Well, BCs don't really get stuck. Like, carriers get stuck, but BCs don't really. Yeah, I agree with A-Game's synopsis there. Because, I mean, he really did hit at the right time, he got the armor and everything, but the second base was definitely the one to go for there. You don't really want to run into the carrier if you can avoid it, so. Oh, but now he goes to the second base right as the carrier gets there. That's a little bit bitter. Might find this base runner, though. Yeah, I can't really see how this guy would get out. Not really sure what A-Game was planning with this anyway. Have you really had BCs get stuck? I guess that's never happened to me. I don't usually notice that as a problem, really. I like the heal just to buy some time. It's always a cheeky move. So if you look at the 2-base timing here, Cookies was definitely ahead, but not by really that much, and A-Game had had a mining lead earlier, so I don't really think that either one of them is ahead in this position. Second PC is started though, so we have to watch the timing for 3-base, and actually A-Game is watching the timing for 3-base. He's got that skim there. He's gonna come out and check the carrier too. He's really worried about air, I presume. Takes out an AV as well, which is nice. And yeah, that base runner does fall. Speaking of Siege, he could actually have teched it already. Missile Ship Fab is going to get started, but he'll have vision on the carrier before he would need to cancel it. So that's the idea, is you can tech missile ships, go over here, see if he has air, and then cancel it if he doesn't. Doesn't really end up losing you very much. That's no air, so probably he ought to cancel. Ahem. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he does get the cancel off finally. And look, that skim is even going to live to fight another day. Very nice. Well, he wants to backdoor, but I think this carrier is in a really nice position to just stop that from happening. Railgun Fab is teching as well, so that's going to be his answer. I think seeing no tech here, he assumed it was going to be some kind of cruiser, but it's not actually. Yeah, but your air would just be really, really late in that case, right? And yeah, he does have armor 1, like I said, but nothing else. So with armor 2 here and a smidgen of high ground, these AVs actually could lose the fight. He really wants to smoke now. Uh-oh. Ah, he missed the micro there. And he lost one on this side too, didn't he? Oh dear. Skimmer rating is coming out too. I actually don't think he needs it in this case, but again, you know, it's never a bad idea to get skimmer rating. So he wants to check the carrier again because you can see he's pivoting into missile ship fab, but he doesn't need this. Yeah, and he sees it here, so he'll cancel it again, I'm sure. But he's got to be wondering, like, what is the tech here? Because this is very, yeah, I mean, well, that's the thing. The army is just so thin here, and there's also no tech, so it's very confusing what Cookies is going for. But if I'm A-game here, I just build a couple of assault railguns and see if I can keep the pressure on. It's actually going to be artillery, which is good against heavy railguns. Yeah, but it should have been faster. He definitely could have gotten this earlier, and I feel like this is pretty late. And yeah, A-game's going to build some assault rails here. Yeah, it's artillery, it's not siege. That's a different thing. Listen to Discara, he knows the ways. Assault ship's looking for a flank on the base here, but Cookies does have smoke if he wants it. Not even gonna have to use it, it looks like, but he should smoke himself here. Ooh, fighting into the high ground there is actually pretty dangerous. That flank is gonna be open later. Assault railgun is in the hood here, but he is gonna take some damage to this AV. Yeah, but he should be fine here. I think A-game is gonna... Oh, that's odd. He's actually gotten turned around there. A-game over here trying to spoil the whole show. Okay, here we go onto the third base. Again, there's smoke available, though. He really needs to smoke this off. Uh-oh, A-game with the wreck block, though. Actually manages to not kill that Salvager with it. Pushing in a little too deep here, I think, for sure. He could just kind of, like, poke around, but he might have gotten chased out eventually. That is a lot of AVs. Oh my gosh, what the... Like, where did this come from? I feel like just a minute ago he had, like, 4. Holy goodness. Railgun armor is coming out. Yeah, very, very nice defense right there. And the armor break really makes it impossible to fight armor versus armor, so... Yeah, it really do be like that. Artillery tech is done, by the way, so I wouldn't tech assault cruisers here. I think he really wants to go, like, build the artillery. He's mostly fighting just AVs and railguns, and man, he's got a lot of AVs himself, so I think that getting the artillery is better than going for assault cruisers here. And, you know, as for this fight, I'm not sure if he should be taking it, but I do like the micro over here. It's just, you know your opponent has got these railguns, so it's a little dangerous to push in here, but he's gonna try and smoke up and make this work. This is just really quite a throw. Oh dear. Yeah, and that's a lot of AVs to lose there. He didn't really use his smokes terribly well either, though. Like, if he wanted to get the lead up, he definitely could have done that better. I mean, not like terrible trading, but definitely bad. Again, though, Units Lost tab tells a different story. I mean, Cookies is actually ahead there, so that's kind of interesting. Oh yeah, look at that. He does have artillery. Good, good. Artillery and AVs. I mean, that actually I think beats this comp. It's gonna force A-game to pivot into something else, which he's doing. It's interceptor tech, and it was Sobanalicious. That was it. Oh yeah, Sobanalicious? What the crap? Sobanalician. All right, that's almost the same. Did I upload those series that I had cast of the upper bracket already? I've kind of forgotten. I don't know how far behind I am on the upload schedule. This is a moment to smoke here for sure. Oh gosh. Yeah, it doesn't get that smoke off, he's gonna end up going down. So artillery is here now. Cookies still has kind of a huge number of AVs. I'm still surprised at this. I mean, really the threat now is going to be air, but in this fight here, I think that Cookies definitely has the tools to win it. Wants to get that artillery position like around here, I think would be good, because it looks like your opponent is trying to attack the main base. Uh-oh. Yeah, he might be getting out-rotated here. Okay, artillery's just now moving, but this does feel a little bit late. He used his barrage already also, so he's not going to have that available. But, you know, this is good terrain for the AVs, that is true. see what ends up happening here. He's using the smoke pretty effectively this time to stop the railguns from getting many shots in. But still, he bleeds a couple of units there, and oh, no, that's not good. He really wants to get the artillery out of there. Okay, agame's not going to jump on it, it looks like, but that's always scary. Artillery is very, very fragile, so you need to be careful you don't lose it. Assault cruiser's coming out, by the way. This guy's still in danger, actually. His AVs need to get back here and smoke this. This is, like, top priority right now. Yeah, he's bringing some AVs over. He's got smoke. Oh, it's too late, though. This thing's gonna go down. Oh, dear. That isn't good. And this one assault ship is just being so annoying over here, too, by the way. But with the artillery dead, like, this assault cruiser is nice, but it's not really what he needs right now, I don't think. He does still have his opponent backing up, though. First artifact goes out. Remember, A-Game won the last game with artifacts, so that's definitely a threat. Yeah, you really do. Yeah. I guess that's a good point. I hadn't really thought about that. By the way, Cookies does not have anti-air, does he? No. So actually these interceptors can do what they like to that assault cruiser. Looks like he's gonna take him down this way, though. Assault cruiser, you're gonna try and stop the extract. Looks like it'll get away with this. The interceptors really don't have the missiles to finish this, I don't believe. Is A-Game teching bombers, though? No, not this time. He's building more, though. Maybe he can actually get the kill on this, but I don't think it's going to happen. And you can see Cookies is getting that upgrade, but the damage has kind of already been done, taking out the whole base here. And A-Game didn't lose his army either, so yeah, he's getting pushed on the field, but he's not actually... he's not... Oh wow, this is actually extracted. But yeah, Cookies is getting pushed on the field, but he isn't doing damage to the opponent's army, so this is still dangerous. Oh dear, what is this assault cruiser doing out here? Oh no, that's not good. That is gonna get destroyed. I don't know what he was doing putting it there. I think that interceptors are gonna fall here, but well, maybe not. Oh no, don't go back in. Ah, look at this guy. And yeah, this is a really nice flank here too. I mean, bringing heavy railguns on a flank is like the ultimate pro gamer move, I think. And the AC gives anti-air here, but not a huge amount. You can always get precision bombers if you just want to take out the cruisers. So no, I think it was 3, but maybe it got splashed. So yeah, the armor's gonna be found here. But Cookies hasn't gotten missile battery fab yet, so it's tough to answer this. I mean, he just doesn't have any anti-air in this spot. Oh, what the assault cruiser went down over here? That's not ideal. And this flank is gonna kill the support cruiser too. Indeed. That is the way. And this support cruiser is going to fall too, I suspect. Unless A-Game really fibs that. There it goes. So things are looking really dire for Cookies. But he's got 4 assault cruisers, so his army is not dead entirely, but... Yeah, this ain't good. That is a lot of anti-air too. I think if I was A-Game, maybe I'd be looking at like Siege now, but I'm not sure. These ACs actually might not win this fight, by the way. I mean, these railguns are in a great position. He doesn't have EMP yet, which is probably something he'll look for. But, Rails plus assault ships is actually kind of a nice, composition to fight assault cruisers, because these assault ships can frontline for you, so they don't really feel so useless. It looks like he wants to finish this off, but I don't think that he can, but, you know, we'll keep our eyes on it. Either way, yeah, the railguns have found a nice high ground position here, and they kill 2 of the assault cruisers on that side. Oh, and this one will get finished off by the flank over here. Oh no, and now the army really does look thin. He's got something building here. Yeah, he's got 2 more, but... Yeah, the math is not checking out right now. You see the green here, and then you see the red. The green is a lot bigger than the red. Oh, in fact, now there's no red, so... Yeah, Cookie's gonna admit his defeat there. And A-Game takes the series 3. Oh, wow. I've got to say, I mean, Cookies didn't really seem on form for this series. Something must have gone wrong. But, yeah. Congratulations to A-Game. He's going to advance to the finals. And that makes him not only a pro gamer, but he's getting $50. Boom. So that's pretty good. And we will see who meets him in the finals next time. But yeah, thanks for watching.